Congressman, should we, and there's been a lot of controversy about this, should we release some of the pictures to give other nations who may be looking to attack us an idea of, of what our might is, just in case there are any doubts, and to also put away any doubts that bin Laden is indeed dead?
Well, I don't personally think so, because, first of all, showing the body with a bullet hole in it is not necessarily a demonstration of might. The terrorist community will know that bin Laden is dead. And if you start publishing pictures, then all you're doing is doing what they do, which is try to incite, disrupt things. I think it might be more disruptive than anything else. He's gone. We know he's gone. The terrorist community knows he's gone. So who else are we going to try to persuade? And so I guess my feeling is it's over. We should not publish any. And it's only a country as enlightened as America do we give this individual, who's probably one of the 2 or 3 most hated people in the world in history, an honorable Islamic burial at sea. I mean, I just think that's an amazing thing for our military to have done. They did everything they could to avoid making this the kind of incident that the terrorists would do, where they film people getting executed and so forth. And we did it. We brought justice to this individual, and we did it, in a mature, effective way. And I think it's over now, and it's probably not a good idea to deal with the aftermath.
And of course, shows the professionalism of our armed services, our armed services as well. Yeah. As we speak with,
I had a chance to visit the Navy SEAL unit that supposedly conducted this operation about 10 years ago down in I think they're based in Newport News and Virginia. And I was so impressed with these guys. I recall I was down there with a Navy admiral, and a 3-star admiral, and there was this guy standing next to his boat with all his equipment on. It must have been 60 pounds, all slippers and mask and, backpack and this and that, all its weight and parachute and so on. And the admiral, who's standing at rigid attention, looking straight ahead, and the admiral said to him, "Sir, you can be at ease." And he said under his breath, "Admiral, I am at ease."
Wow.
And these are amazing individuals.
It is the elite of the elite, Congressman. It really is, and
it really is. And we should be so proud of our armed services. If there was ever a demonstration of the tactical as well as obviously courage and bravery and intelligence and every other aspect of our military, it was demonstrated. I guess, and not to, back in the 70s when President Carter tried to rescue the Iran hostages, the whole thing fell through. And after that event occurred, present senators like Bill Cullen and Sam Nunn got this special ops operation going in the military. That's when it began to build an elite unit like this, and it's obviously been a huge success.
Indeed. Congressman Charlie Bass, our guest this morning on WNTK, WUVR. If we could just spend a moment or two, because I know you have to run, but on the telephone town meeting that you had yesterday with seniors across the congressional district about how we can preserve and protect Medicare for future generations. It's a question mark as I sit there, as a number of our WNTK listeners sit there in the baby boom years, wondering if it's going to be around. Is it going to be around?
Yeah, it certainly is. If I have anything to say about it, there's an interesting paradoxes in this debate. Nobody is in this debate for any other reason other than noble or good causes. Those who oppose what the Republicans have proposed have their reasons, which are legitimate. And our plan, which is an effort to preserve and protect the program for future generations, has merits. Obviously, there's some debatable points, and I believe that the resolution to this whole thing, because of the enormity of the issue, has to be bipartisan. But somebody has to step forward first with an idea, and so we have. And the only option for Medicare that is not a viable option is to do nothing. The Obama administration, in their budget submission and in the health care law that was passed last year, have a whole bunch of cuts in Medicare And under the president's plan, a commission is established that would make determination over time as to what would be covered. So the president's plan is to have a commission, if you will, decide what you're going to be able to get under Medicare and what you're not. And that's how they cut costs. What we try to do is to establish a situation in which we have competition amongst providers to provide a service that is guaranteed, a level of health care that is guaranteed by the federal government, and try and see, as occurred with the prescription drug plan, if prices can be brought down through competition. And the exact same model was employed with Medicare Part B, and it's been pretty successful. Seniors have a lot of choices to buy prescription drug coverage from private insurance carriers, and the copays are still not as high today as they were forecasted to be when the program was begun close to 10 years ago now. So, it's a legitimate debate. It was a great call yesterday. We had about 5,500 people on the line. We did 2 polls, and I was interested to note, although there were less than 100 people that answered the poll, a little less, the majority of the ones that thought that we should do something to protect and preserve the program far outweighed those that said do nothing. And I think that's, even though it's a small sample, I think that's a positive, positive thing. And and we took, I don't know, 17 or 18 callers, which is pretty good. I try to do them as quickly as possible and as many as possible, and we don't screen our calls. So there were people that were very critical of me and others that were not.
Well, next time you're up in New Hampshire, if you can come in and spend some time with us here in the morning, we'll feed you well, number one, give you a good coffee, and maybe we can take some calls and just stretch out and give you a great opportunity to speak with some of the people in the 2nd Congressional District. We'd love to have you at some point in time. We'll make that happen. Congressman Charlie Bass, thank you for your time this morning on WNTK.
Wonderful. Good to be with you.
Take care. Congressman Charlie Bass on the live line this morning at 8:22 on NewsTalk 99.7 WNTK, WNTK.com. It's going to turn wet. Let's get the forecast now from Stormwatch 9 meteorologist Kevin Skarupa.
Quite a few clouds around us. We can make it much less painful.